Sorry about that, I ran out of time. So just a very quick part two on it, so you can see, because you guys asked me about where the fittings were. So you can see there, hopefully you can see there, they're bolted. One of the bolts is out at the moment. I couldn't find the others at the moment, but there's two go in here, two go on that side, and then up here, I'll go on this side because of you can see it's bolted there. And the way I did this to get these lined up right was I put the bolts, made the holes. Hang on, just so you can see it. I made the holes and then left the tab up, welded it in place, and then cut it off afterwards, so I knew that the shape was exactly right. So you can see that this is a new lower scoop here. The original one was really bad, which is where they go. They tend to go on this front fascia panel here where the hinge sits. So this is a new one from Martin Roby, and this has to be lined up. Now when they come, if you're doing this kind of work, when they come, you'll find that there's a problem. There's always going to be an overhang, and you can see it there, and you can also see it on the other side. You can see it's on the other side as well. Now it may be that this is just, he just fitted it on quickly, and you can see it's not right there. So what we'll do is we fit it up, but the most important thing is that you fit the mouth first, and you get you get these two correct first. And you can see that's a little bit over. So what we'll do is we'll get that sorted out first, and then we go to the other bits. I'll show you the ways to do it later. This bonnet is in a particularly is in quite poor condition, especially the nose on it. The little red rust you can see there is because when I brought it over it wasn't covered. I did have it covered, but it kept billowing like a big parachute, the car cover that was on it, and I had to take it off. It was just too far to come with it. And like I say, you can get all these inner panels out. So basically you can do it whichever way you want. You know, if you find that you want to do it a different way, but that's the basics of it. I put wheels on it because it makes it easier to move it around. And what I'll do is I'll turn it over, and you can just give me a second. I'll just put this down because otherwise I can't. You need 2 hands like most things. So I'll just turn it over for you. And by pure fluke, this wasn't designed that way. I wish I'd like to say it was, but it wasn't. By pure fluke, it just happened to balance in that position, so that was good news. And the great thing is once the car's painted, you can do your sugar scoops and all your bowls and everything before you put it on the car, which makes it a lot easier. To try and do this when it's actually mounted on the hinges is quite difficult. The reason the old lights have been put in was because I need them to do the shaping here, and the same on the back of the car. But you can see it's in fairly poor condition. I think it's had some front end collision damage by the looks of it, so it's going to need a lot of work. And obviously this is where it splits here and then right the way up there, so that wing is definitely going to have to go through, get some through the English wheel, whatever. There's quite a bit of work to do, and as you can see here there's some very bad dents in it, and I think this has been it's been hit on the front. Looking at the condition that it's in, this is actually from the process of SPL, where he had it dipped in England before I got it, because there was so much filler in it. You can imagine all this was filled. This will all be lead loaded. Well, it'll be hammered and dollied first, and then it'll be lead loaded whatever's left. But like I say, it works quite well, this thing, and yeah, because there's a lot of work, there's a lot of parts in there. I think there is in the region of, I don't know, 160 self-tappers and nuts and bolts and oval washers, somewhere in that region. I don't know exactly, but it's a lot. And I'll go over some tips as we're doing it. In fact, this is one of the jobs that this friend of mine who owns the car is going to do when he comes, because I want him to see just how difficult these bonnets are to put together. Buying them as new panels, they're really bad, especially the wings. when you get the wings, they always come here and they're always too long on the edge, and you can see that's quite poor there. There's a lot of work to do to it, so this is why it'll be here for 6 months. Anyway, so that's it. So basically I just wanted to show you how it works and so on and so forth. You don't need an arm that long, but for me it was better because I could control it much easier, but you don't need it that long. Or you could put something in, snap it in and snap it back out, whatever, a square on it, whatever you want. But it works very well, and as I say, once it's for painting, this is a perfect scenario. I took this to the paint shop. They paint, basically the way you do these bonnets is you take them apart and you paint each individual panel internally, because obviously you can't get into these edges here, and the same with the air boxes. It's not possible to get to the air boxes, so just painting them when they're together is not the correct way to do it. Well, not if you want to do it properly. So you get all the internal bits done, the inside done, then put it together, and then they can paint it on the jig, which is a perfect scenario. But you know, everything's pre-painted, like these headlight apertures and so on and so forth, the sugar scoops and whatever. Anyway, I just wanted to give you an update. I hope for Stuart and Tony that's of some help to you. Yeah, you know, I mean, to be honest, if you start doing it and you think, oh, hang on, I could do this better, do it, because it was a one-off idea, and this is how I ended up starting to write for the E-Type Club around the world, and consequently now with the 2 XKs, writing for the XK Gazette as well. That's a worldwide thing. So, but anyway, yeah. So, thanks for watching in. Sorry I put up another one, but especially for the Jaguar guys. But you know, I'd like to help if I possibly can. So, take care and bye for now. Bye.